Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It is coming up on 7:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I hope everybody's had a good weekend. For the first time ever, I forgot to set my clocks back last night, so I'm running a little late. All right, so this morning I was on the various social medias, Twitters, Facebook, whatnot, and I had a few conversations with different groups, different Trump supporters. And one of the most vibrant, one of the most strongest ones was there was a Trump supporter. There was a group of Trump supporters saying that no, Donald Trump did not tell people to go back to work with the coronavirus. What he was really what we have here is another group of Trump enablers, as I call them, or Trump excusers, deniers, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they explained to me that Donald Trump was not saying to go to work with the virus. He was saying that hundreds of thousands of people have gotten better just by sitting around and or going back to work. What I just said was his exact quote, which I looked up. Trump supporters, though, claim no, he didn't say that. He was saying that people get better and then return to work, and they're not being counted. Okay, here's a point. Donald Trump is making all of this up, first of all, because as he said himself, these are his hunches. We have a man in charge of the country that is telling us, leading us through a virus pandemic with his hunches and his what he reads in the National Enquirer. That's what we have for leadership right now. All right, so these Trump supporters, and I am getting so tired of this. It's either these Trump supporters either say, well, he didn't say that, and if he did say it, he didn't mean it. And or the lying media is twisting it. He didn't really say it that way. Or he said it, but it was just a joke. After 3 years, man, I am so tired of hearing this. There was another one too, where he was saying that the lying media cut off where in that interview that press conference where Trump said, if there's any Russians listening, send me the emails right now. Just last week, he said the lying media cut off the end of that clip, so you couldn't hear all the laughing going on in the press conference. That's a complete lie. It's actually been proven. They dug up all the footage, and it's not true. He completely made that up. There was no laughter, no laughter at all. Prove it. A great place to get this stuff. A great fact checker that's non-biased, non-partisan. PolitiFact. I'm not connected with them in any way, but they're great for checking facts for both liberal, Democrat, conservative, whoever. Anyway, back to this conversation, this multiple conversations I had today. These Trump supporters were trying to protect their leader and saying, no, he didn't say that. He wouldn't say go back to work with a virus. You misunderstood. He said what he was saying was that people are getting better by the thousands. It's not that serious. And they don't even need a doctor sometimes. And they just get better by sitting around and they can go back to work. Okay, that's truly what these Trump supporters were feeding me this morning. Okay, first of all, how would anyone know that? If these people aren't reporting it, first of all, there hasn't been hundreds of there's been, as of this morning, I think we're at around 400 cases, suspected cases. So when Trump or his supporters say hundreds of thousands of people have gotten better and gone back to work, are they talking about China? Do they have actual statistics from China about people going back to work? Somehow, I'm not buying that. No, I'm not buying that in the least. So anyway, I went back and I fact-checked it myself. CBS News, ABC, PBS, BBC. And what he said, what Donald Trump, what he exactly said was, that it's not that serious sometimes, that people, hundreds of people or hundreds of thousands of people don't even see a doctor. They get better just by sitting around and going back to, and even by going back to work. That right there, I'm pretty sure, word for word, that is what he said. There might be one word off, but that's what he said. It's pretty clear, his meaning here. And of course, the reason I'm nitpicking this is because it's freaking dangerous, man. You don't, back in the old days, they tell you, oh, you go to work sick or dying. Your grandfather would say, I used to go to work when I was bleeding out my eyes. Nothing could stop me. And now we're a little smarter, and we're like, well, we probably shouldn't be spreading these infectious diseases and viruses to everybody at work with families, and it's probably not good as a whole for the country, for industry, for anybody. So stay the fuck home, So, that's the common knowledge nowadays. But it's pretty clear what Trump said. If you look it up yourself, it says what he's saying is that he has a hunch that it's not that serious, that people are getting this is his quote, hundreds of thousands of people are getting better just by sitting around and even by going back to work. His meaning there, what I perceive as his intended meaning is, if they're just trying to get back active, and it'll work it off, fake it till you make it kind of mentality. I do believe that was Trump's intention, and that's pretty much what his words say. So yeah, as of this morning, we have a bunch of Trump enablers, deniers, excusers, trying to backtrack and protect their man. Oh, no, he would never say that. That's dangerous. No, he's a stable genius. He would never say anything like that. Yeah, he would. And then there's this stuff about he has a hunch that the World Health Organization, and I think the CDC, I think the CDC was included in this statement. I know the World Health Organization, that he thinks the mortality rate is wrong. He's got a hunch, as he's told us many times. He knows more than anyone about pretty much everything. So there you go. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. It's all good. Go back to work. All right. You guys have a good Sunday.